little bit cooler, but it's still in the 30s here, and both teams will be wanting the ball to do most of the work, because England especially have struggled in this heat. The teams are being led out, and there's going to be a presentation before the national anthems, and the two players from Japan have got 100 caps, number 7 Shiho Otsuka and number 11 Akane Shibata. So congratulations to them on their milestone. And now that the presentations have been made, we will have the national anthems of both teams. First England's and then Japan's. These two teams have only met once since 2006. That was in May of this year in the build-up to the World Cup. England won on that occasion by 2-0. The absent Alex Danson and Lily Owsley, the scorers in Bremen on that day. Let's have a look at the two sides then, starting with that of England, and Maddie Hinch gets the nod in goal at number 1. Susanna Townsend, well, she ripped a tendon in her finger in the match against New Zealand, so she's playing with a splint. Sam Quek, who left the pitch in a wheelchair on Thursday, starts and is captaining the side. There is Danny Kerry, and they'll be hoping that his side can lift themselves from the disappointment of New Zealand. And now Japan, no starting place for number 7 Otsuka on the occasion of her 100th cap, but there is a starting place for Shibata. The goals have come from number 7 Otsuka, number 9 Hagashima, and number 10 Kato. And there is Yuji Nagai, whose team has given themselves, has given a good account of themselves here in Mendoza. The two umpires, Stephanie Giffine of the United States of America on the far side, and on the near side from Argentina, Mercedes Sanchez. And we are almost set for the first game on this penultimate day. The Japan keeper Sano's had a very good tournament, as has Maddie Hinch. Hannah McLeod was one of those that really struggled with the heat on Thursday after the New Zealand game, along with Lily Owsley. Let's hope that they have recovered sufficiently for this one. So England get us underway on day 5 of competition at this Champions Trophy in Mendoza, playing in all red, attacking the goal to our right-hand side. Japan in all blue. And an early chance here for England, but they can't make the long corner count. And there's a foot of Susie Gilbert. So chance for Japan to clear. Alongside me in the commentary box for this one, the former England and Great Britain player, Mel Clulo. And Mel, a must-win really for both teams. Which way do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to be a really close affair, to be honest. I think England have come into this tournament with probably higher expectations than playing in the 5 to 8 classification matches, but they've really been up against it. They're battered, they're bruised. The game against New Zealand, I think Danny Carey was spot on in his press conference, which was, you know, let's not talk about us, let's congratulate New Zealand in the way that they played. I think the girls will take some confidence from, you know, and some encouragement from the men's result out in India this morning, and I think it's going to be close, the odd goal in it, but I'm going to go with England today.
Yeah, you mentioned that result for the men's team. They're beating world champions Australia by 3 goals to 1, and you're right, the girls are really pumped when they heard that the men had got across the line against Australia, and it's given them a real lift because it's been a very difficult tournament for them. Like you say, I think they probably would have expected or wanted to have played in the semi-final, so that's a given, I guess. But the first 3 performances were all right, weren't they? They were more in line with the Commonwealth Games, but the game against New Zealand was more in line with what we saw at the World Cup. Yeah,
unfortunately that was the way that the first knockout game comes along, and that they couldn't quite hit the top gear and win that game. But I think, again, it goes back to giving New Zealand some credit of probably playing their best game in the tournament as well. And it's only once the game's finished that you hear about the injuries and the heat exhaustion that you realise just how much playing out here in Argentina in these conditions is affecting the players.
And from a Japan point of view, they faced Australia in the quarter-final, and they went behind early. It looked like it was going to be quite a heavy defeat for Japan, but credit to them, they really stuck to their game plan and they stuck to their guns, got a goal, and actually played really well considering their heads didn't go down.
Yeah, no, they didn't. I mean, they were 3-0 down within 7 minutes, and it pretty much was game over. But for the 3 quarters, it was 1-1. Anna Flanagan on one side, and Otsuka for Japan on the other side. So, you know, they are a side that certainly isn't going to give up. They enjoy running. They'll run lots. They never give up, and that's just the mentality that they've always played with.
Here is Unsworth, the scorer of England's only goal against New Zealand. And here is Queck, who's had several x-rays on her ribs, but is still good to go. And here's another of the injured, Susanna Townsend. Townsend, who's had a good tournament, takes the ball into the 25, still going. Also with a couple of tackles, and eventually Townsend gets the call. Townsend gives away the free hit this time. Japan, in their pool matches, lost to New Zealand 2-1 in the opening game. Then they drew 1-1 with China, having taken the lead, and then held the Dutch for 59 minutes and 45 seconds, conceding a goal right at the death. The Marchipane penalty corner breaking Japan hearts. But Japan have only ever won 2 champion trophy matches, against New Zealand and against the Netherlands. And if they could get a result here against England, it would be a major coup for them. It's the first time these 2 teams have met in the Champions Trophy, and that's a lovely little ball from Bray, and a chance here for Lee. And play on, says the umpire. And England have started positively. Can they find reward for their early pressure? Good work from Queck. England seemed a little bit more relaxed before the match today. No sort of warm-up as structured as we've seen in the previous matches, but I think the heat has taken its toll, and quite wisely, as Queck gets into the circle but can't find anything, quite wisely the management team opted for a more relaxed approach.
Yeah, I think it's a case of you're at this particular stage and you're almost trying to take the pressure off the players. They all know that they didn't perform against New Zealand. There's no question about that.
Gray can't win the penalty corner.
think the first goal of any game is important, but I think from an England perspective, they're going to want to get that goal on the scoreboard as soon as possible, just to sort of, you know, raise the hopes and push on from there. They have played some really good hockey in this tournament, but the finishing just hasn't really been at the level that we'd hope. Obviously missing Alex Danson is a huge loss.
Well, here come Japan on their first real foray forward. Kanafuji tries to pick out Otsuka, but Otsuka can't bring it under control. And Bray's first touch takes it away from her, but she does well to bring it back under control as Hazuki Nagai came in for the tackle. Ball out to this right-hand side is cut out by Shibata and rolls it up to Otsuka. Otsuka tries to feed Kanafuji, but Haycroft intercepts and Unsworth plays the ball forward to Townsend. Townsend, the ball's deflected at the top of the circle, and then Ellie Watson gives away the free hit. Ansley with the sideline ball. Haycroft has lost out, and Japan with an opportunity 3 against 4, but Unsworth does well. Here is Lee. Lee's lost out. Townsend. Here's McCallan. Here's the free hit. And the attempted aerial from Mansley was poor. Nakagawa picks it up. It's Sakai. Sakai and Nagai, but it goes through Nagai to Kanafuji. Kanafuji up against Unsworth. Unsworth had a bit of a swing at the ball and missed it, and Japan have the free hit.
It's been a bitty start to the game. Both teams sort of struggling with their connections. Although this has been the sort of typical style that Japan have played through the tournament.
Gilbert with the challenge on Shibata. Gets an extra large blow of the whistle from Mercedes Sanchez. And from Manabe, up off the stick of Watton. And it comes, and up off the stick of Holly Webb. Nakagawa with it, back to Sakai. Sakai tries to feed it into the circle, and Sophie Bray was the first player in red there. Wind up from Hayashi. And Unsworth has to do well under pressure from Kanafuji. The winner of this game will play the winner of the next game, the Germany-China clash.
I think that one's guaranteed to be a physical one, whoever plays them.
Good work from Kanafuji up against Unsworth. Shibata against Gilbert. Shibata has support in the centre of the park. Here it is through Nagai, Hazuki Nagai, whose sister Yuri Nagai is number 16 and whose dad is the coach. It's a family affair for Japan. Ever played in a team where the coach's son or daughter has played with you?
I don't think so, no. I'm trying to think.
Does England get the ball into the circle? A chance here for Gilbert. That's a really good tackle by Sakaguchi. Well, if it's a foot, well, England are now going upstairs for the foot.
Susie Gilbert certainly looked pretty confident.
Harold? Mercedes, you're looking for a foot in the circle?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take a look.
Carol Metchett of Ireland in the video referral box.
Mercedes, there is a Japanese foot in the circle, so it's a penalty corner, and England keeps the referral. Okay, thank you.
So a quick decision from Carol Metchett, and England have the first penalty corner of the match after 10 and a bit minutes. England, who scored their first penalty corner of the competition against New Zealand in the last round. A slap from Unsworth, but it's Quack. Holly Webb at the top of the circle. Quack to the left, Webb to the right. There's all sorts of shifting at the top. It's Webb. It's got a deflection and it's in. It wasn't particularly quick from England, but they've managed to convert it, and England take the lead from a penalty corner courtesy of Holly Webb. It's England 1, Japan 0.
Certainly a lot of movement on top of the circle before Susie Gilbert injected the ball. It's not the cleanest, but it's come off Asano in goal. She's hit it like a bullet though. She broke her stick in the warm-up, so this is almost her second choice. Now become her first choice stick. That's a great. I think the goalkeeper will be disappointed, there's no doubt about it, because it has gone down the middle of the goal. Shot on target though.
Well, we always say get it on target, you never know what might happen. And England get the benefit, and they lead by a goal to 0. And you said, Mel, in commentary, from an England perspective, or from any team's perspective, it's always nice to get that first goal.
It is, and I think, you know, Holly Webb is has been playing well in defence. She's probably been marshalling them and sort of being the vocal person with Kate Richardson-Walsh not available for this tournament.
Townsend into the 25, has support in front of her through Hannah McLeod, but Hannah McLeod can't bring it in. And Webb just pushes that one off the sideline. Callan, good tackle from Cato. This challenge from Quack was not a good one. Cato onto the reversing side now, up against Quack in the corner. Good work from Cato. Back to make the tackle, then it's off the foot of McCallan. And Bray will try and get it clear, and that's a nice ball up to Owsley. And Owsley gets the free hit. Mercedes Sanchez playing advantage just to see if the England player could get on the end of the ball that Owsley tipped forward here.
Certainly would have backed Owsley to get on the end of that.
Here's Bray. And Bray has given away the free hit as Hayashi came across. Not enough space. Oh, given by Nakashima. Townsend wins the free hit at the foot off Hayashi. Ansley. Unsworth, early the call from the stands, and it is early across to Quack, who's now on the left-hand side, but Quack's ball down the channel. You can hear Craig Keenan shouting P-spot every time. It was just a little wide. I'm not sure anyone was on the T-spot, was they?
No, but that's clearly a tactic that they're looking for and want to happen. They would have done a lot of analysis of the Japanese team while they've been here. And I think it's probably the third or fourth time that he's actually shouted it. So at some point you hope one of the forwards or if a midfielder's broken the line, they're going to get onto that spot. And it's an area that I think Australia exploit really, really well.
Here's Twig. Trying to pick out McLeod, but it's cut out, and a chance here for a break from Yuri Nagai. But she hasn't got anybody up in support at the moment. There she has it on the right-hand side through Kato. Kato tries to put it into Nakashima. Inside the final minute then, England 1, Japan 0. England taking the lead from a penalty corner. Goal scorer Holly Webb, her first of the Champions Trophy here in Mendoza. And England just trying to manage the clock here, and why not? Unsworth into the final 10 seconds. Just weighing up her options. Tries to play it into Townsend. Townsend does enough. There is the quarter time hooter, and it's England who've got the first goal of the match. They lead Japan at quarter time by 1-0. There you go, 30 degrees down on the bench, so it's what, 5 degrees cooler than 2 days ago, but it's still very, very warm. And Sam Quek looks like she's still feeling those ribs, but playing through the pain barrier. And a chance for everyone just to get some liquid on board. Let's listen and see if we can hear what Danny Carey's asking his team to do.
Okay, so that's a back four shape. When we go to back four shape, one of the high midfielders has to come back and we'll play with 2 centre halves. Okay, then we get width. Okay, and then back 4 forwards. So it's almost 4-2-4. Alright, whatever bloody happens, girls, on the high transfer play, we're getting the early width, but we're not getting people to the T-spot early enough. If you hold in, okay, they look up and it's all congested, and then you lead out, and then they just step across. If you're out early enough, it might allow us to then deliver into the circle. Get out early, so we've got 4-2-4. Just a reminder, Sammy and everybody around the circle, it's about trying to spin you. Okay, don't get lured in and let them find contact.
So there are the thoughts of Danny Carey, and Yuji Nagai has said all he needs to say. And we are 10 seconds away from the start of the second quarter. England will have possession. Japan just running on to take up their positions, and we're away too early. So we'll reset. And England get us underway in the second quarter. They lead by 1-0. The goal coming from a penalty corner after 11 minutes. Holly Webb the scorer. And Mel Clulo still alongside me in the commentary box. As Ellie Watton gives away a free hit. Mel, what do you make of what Danny Carey, the England coach, was saying?
I think it was certainly a little bit calmer than it was the other day against New Zealand. I think we could hear from his commentary that how he wants the girls to play with a back four and 2 centre halves at times, and the width comes from the half backs. And then also, that, as we said before the quarter time was up, the lead needs to get to the T spot and it needs to be a lot quicker, and that's basically the line where the D hits the back line. That's where he's expecting forwards to get to, and he wants them to be there early so they're set and ready to go.
Ansley brings it down under control, not enough space. And she tried to take it quickly. England are called back. And from a Japan perspective, What do you think Yuji Nagai would have been saying to his team?
I think he'll be fairly happy with the way that they've played. They certainly in all the first quarters of the matches previously, they've been soaking up the pressure, and I think he's quite astute. He tries to look at how his opponent is playing, and then uses that quarter, the 2-minute break, to try and sort of combat those. So I'm expecting Japan to really sort of push on in this quarter, but certainly in quarter 3 will be where I think we'll see them at their most attacking.
Into the corner, there you go. And it's Nomura who's won the long corner. Long corner, which will be changed in the new year. As a chance for Kanafuji, and Ollie Webb gets the ball clear up to Sophie Bray. That's a good tackle from Sakai into Sakaguchi. Yeah, the rule change, as I understand it, for long corners, Mel, is that where the ball goes over the back line, you draw a line at 90 degrees, bring it back up to the 25 and take the long corner from there. So it's effectively giving you a bigger, better angle.
Yeah, that's my interpretation of it as well. I think it's an interesting time to announce the new rules with 2 tournaments being played. I think it'll be really interesting to see how that one works. I think
into the circle, go Japan, and England get it clear and win the free hit.
I think they've changed also the free hit inside. You know, if you win a free hit inside the 5-yard mark, you can take it from within that area, but the ball still needs to move 5 meters. The reason for that is they feel that play slowed down, which I do agree with. I'm not sure how this long corner rule is going to play out, to be honest. I think, you know, I'm really interested to see it in a tournament such as this. Will it speed the game up? Will it slow the game down? I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, interesting. At least the FIH are making decisions and changing rules to make the game more interesting.
Townsend to McLeod. McLeod tries to win the penalty corner. Oh, Sakaguchi, but Townsend playing well once again.
Yeah, she's the type of player that looks forwards first. She always tries to break a line and will always look for the forward pass, and if there's nothing on, then drop the ball back. Draws a foul on top of her own circle. Quick free hit on the counter.
That was the free hit that was called back. And she sort of made an effort to stop it. It's a difficult one for umpires because the team that actually is penalised actually gains an advantage because they can reset. If you allow the team that's won it to take it quickly, then there is an advantage. Sideline ball. It's been taken by Sakai. Webb to Shipley on that far side. Shipley's ball into the middle. It was picked up by Owsley. Owsley takes the free hit quickly at this right-hand side where Ansley is. Ansley comes back inside Nakashima. Tries to play in McCallan. McCallan takes it quickly. Surely not 5, and McCallan's asking that exact question of Mercedes Sanchez. And pretty much in every game we've seen, when a player hasn't been 5, a penalty corner has been given. Ansley on the reverse stick. She's got underneath that one, it's away.
With the way that Japan play and they pack the middle of the field, the reason that Danny Carey's looking for four in the back and the sort of 2 centre halves is really to try and exploit the width as much as you possibly can. I think what will be key for England is if they can move the ball down one side and then try and transfer the ball to the other side as quick as possible to move that Japanese press.
McLeod has been penalised, and I think Japan perhaps a little lucky there. I think the defender made a bit of a mess of the attempted clearance, was off balance, and it looked as if McLeod had pushed it. Shibata to the skipper Nakagawa. Nakagawa, and Unsworth picks out the ball that was meant for Shibata. Here is McLeod. McLeod plays it back to the defensive line where Webb will bring it forward. This is Unsworth, Quack to her right. She's gone up the middle to McCallan. Back to Webb, and we're at the midpoint of the second quarter. Still England lead by 1-0. Ball into Townsend. Townsend. McCallan. McCallan's touch, not a good one. She gets back to make the tackle. And now Queck has possession. Lovely ball from Sam Queck to Townsend. Susanna Townsend up to the circle edge, onto the reverse stick side, tries to get the shot away, wins a long corner. Nice ball from Sam Queck.
Really good pass, she saw it nice and early. Inside out, slap pass with disguise.
Nice first one touch by Twig. And Owsley's lost control, but sort of run on and in towards Susie Gilbert. And they decide to go to Sakai down that right flank, and Webb's got a touch, so they're going to have to play this, or it's going to be a long corner. And Hinch plays it out to Webb, and Webb does well to win the sideline ball. Bray comes across to intercept the ball, and now England will break, but there's nobody in front of the ball carrier. Now there's two, Watton and Bray. The ball carrier is Owsley. Owsley tries to fire it in, but it's to the near post, and the spin on the ball just takes it away from Sophie Bray and into the side of the goal.
Good break by Owsley. We know she's got a lot of pace. Fortunately, there are only two people ahead of her that with the options. One was Ellie Watton and one was Sophie Bray.
Ball comes across too high. Been a bitty quarter, hasn't it, this second quarter?
Yeah, it has. I think both teams are definitely struggling with the connections. I think England looked really good up until the attacking 25.
Nakagawa chops it out to Manabe. Sakai wins the free hits, taken quickly. And it's beaten everybody. Quack with the 16. Off the Japan stick, it was Nakagawa challenging McCallan. And now England throw it off the other end of the pitch. Nomura. Townsend's got to be careful coming from that side. Nomura. Lovely work from Nomura, still going. This time it goes in Townsend's favour. Nice ball, and here's a chance for Haycroft. Haycroft driving, there's no one to her right, but Haycroft drives to circle edge. Haycroft into the circle, can she pull the boat back? She can! That's a lovely goal! And Sophie Bray gets the congratulations, but it was Sarah Haycroft who made it with a brilliant run, a driving run from the halfway line, and Bray with the deflected finish.
That's a fantastic finish by Sophie Bray. 2 passes, one from Laura Unsworth to hit Sarah Haycroft, who runs pretty much 50 yards down the other end of the field, has a little look up. Absolute quality finish by Sophie Bray there. She's wide of the post, so she does really well with that touch.
Well, that is actually Sarah Haycroft, but she created the goal. So it's England 2, Japan 0. And that will be a real lift going into half-time.
Simple game really, isn't it? 2 passes, goal.
Bray, who now has 2 goals in this competition, both from open play. Otta. Across to Hayashi. And here is Ichitani, and it comes, and Hitch has to make the save from corner. Inside the final 2 minutes. England 2, Japan 0. Final 2 minutes of the first half, that is. That's good pressure and good robbing from Sakai. Chance here for Japan. Unsworth does well under pressure. A real opportunity there for Japan. Just unable to bring the ball under control, but down the other end, England look for a third. Sophie Bray, plenty of space in the midfield. There's acres of space on the left-hand flank for England. England in control of this one, and that really, they don't need to do anything silly. Don't need to chase the game. Loose pass, and here goes Hazuki Nagai into the circle. Penalty corner given away by England, and just as we said they didn't need to do anything silly, they give up easy possession.
You can see what Giselle Ansley was trying to do, but with a minute to go, you probably just want to keep it on that sideline, and Nagai with a really strong, powerful run. Laura Unsworth doing her best to make the tackle, but takes the stick first.
Shibata and Sakai at the top of the circle there at the right castle. Hayashi at the left castle. It's gone to the right-hand castle, it's Nagai. And that has been put behind, I think, by Webb, or it might have come off the stick of Maddie Hinch. Either way, it's a long corner for Japan, and England has survived for the time being. A lack of balls, so the clock has been stopped, and now, as is always the way, there's 2. Ball across. And England survived some late Japan pressure, but they've doubled their lead in that second quarter. At half-time, it's England 2, Japan 0. So Danny Kerry will be the happier of the two coaches going into the break, taking the lead in the first quarter through Holly Webb from a penalty corner, and then doubling that lead on the 18th minute, courtesy, or the 28th minute, sorry, courtesy of a Sophie Bray deflected goal, and England in control of this match. At half-time, it's England 2, Japan 0. Welcome back to half-time in our first match on the penultimate day of action at the Women's Champions Trophy in Mendoza, Argentina. And in the 5th-8th playoff match, England are currently 2-0 up against Japan at half-time. Holly Webb at the 10th minute and Sophie Bray 3 minutes from the break. Let's have a look at the highlights then with Mel Clele. This is the first goal.
It's a good strike. It bobbles as Laura Unsworth makes the trap, so Holly Webb does well to adjust her run and actually get the shot away. It may have helped her hit the ball into the turf to sort of get the lift on the goal, and there's nothing really that... I mean, I think Asana, to be honest, actually will be disappointed with that, but shot on target, you'd be amazed what can happen, and I think England at that point deserved the 1-0 victory, and then this was Sophie Bray's with the second goal. It was a pass from Laura Unsworth into midfield. Sarah Haycroft doing really well, running pretty much 45, 50 yards down the field, but that's an absolutely brilliant finish. One-time shot. Open, keeps her body closed, actually, uses the momentum of the ball that Sophie Bray, that Sarah Haycroft, plays in. First touch takes it into that top corner, and I think England at half-time deserve their 2-0 lead.
And support on the far side. Proud Argentinian supporter. Take your fans wherever you can get them, can't you? So here is the game in black and white at half-time. 4 circle penetration, 2 shots, 2 goals. That'll do very nicely. 53-47. And just, I guess, the only concern for Danny Carey was that little switch off at concentration in the last couple of minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I think realistically, from what we've seen in the first half, it'll be an England mistake that is what lets Japan back into this game.
So don't forget social media, Facebook, facebook.com/FI Hockey. You can like us there. But if Twitter's your thing, our Twitter handle at FIH_hockey using the hashtag CT2014. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. You can find us at FI Hockey. Also time to tell you about 2014 Player of the Year, and it's a chance that for the very first time for you, the fans of hockey, to get your say on who you think a Player of the Year should be, a Goalkeeper of the Year should be. If you go online, the week commencing the 15th of December, so a week on Monday, once the Men's Champions Trophy has finished in Bhubaneswar, you will be able to put your vote towards who you believe should pick up the award. The players in the Champions Trophy, both here in Mendoza and in Bhubaneswar, will be having their say. The coaches will be having their say, and that will be put together into collated, and there will be a percentage given towards the overall tally, and then the awards will be given. So, as we look up towards the foothills of the Andes, you can see it, not many people in the stand just yet, but this will fill up as we go along towards the Argentina game later on this evening. And I think Danny Carey has come across to Sarah Thomas, so we can get his thoughts on the first half.
Danny, you must be satisfied with the first half performance?
I'm reasonably satisfied. It's pretty hot here today, and we've played relatively intelligently. We've got to play a little bit more intelligent at times, not turn it over so cheaply and just keep possession. We've also got to be very disciplined in the way we defend our circle. Japan are good at just crashing it into the circle, and we've got to defend diligently there. And if we do those 2 things, we'll do well in the second half.
Brilliant, thank you.
Well, he certainly sounds a little bit more relaxed in that interview. He even remembered to breathe.
Yeah, it's amazing how your coach is perceived, I guess, and the way that he talks at half-time gives you an idea of how the camp is feeling. And I think that second goal will definitely have calmed them down. I know there'll be areas of the first half that he's not happy with. We heard that at the end of the first quarter. But I think for the phase of the tournament and what this group of players has gone through this tournament, 2-0 at half-time, he'll be a satisfied coach.
Well, Asano's been beaten twice. Hinch hasn't been beaten as of yet. Won her 50th cap against New Zealand a couple of days ago. Couldn't cap that one with a win, but can she cap her 51st with a victory against Japan? Well, England are in the box seat at the break. So Japan get us underway in this second half, trailing England by 2-0, attacking the goal away to our right-hand side. Mel Clulate still alongside me, Charlie Broom, in the commentary box. And England just need to look after the ball, Mel, at the start of this third quarter. They don't want to give Japan a chance to get back into this game, and you thought the third quarter might be the most attacking for Japan.
Well, I think Japan have got to come out and play now, 2-0 down. And one thing you don't want to do as any opposition is try and take Japan on in a running race.
And it comes, there's a deflection, Hinch gets the better of it, here's Kato! Wow, Japan almost scoring a Sophie Bray-like goal, but this time Hinch is equal to it, and England just about get it away, but certainly the half-time chat must have said, let's not concede an early goal, and England almost did just that. More attacking prowess from Japan in the first minute of this second half than we've seen in the first 30. Now Owsley has support on her right-hand side. It's Townsend to Quack.
It's a great reaction save by Maddie Hinch, using her left glove. Been a spectator up until that point.
Free hit, Townsend takes. As we see Maddie Hinch patrolling her circle. Unsworth to Ansley. Has Gilbert up the line, but goes across to Unsworth. Unsworth, little look up. No one really in front of us. She's going to have to crash that in. Lee did well to bring it under control on the reverse stick, but there was no real ball forward there for Unsworth.
No, it was Nakashima who cut the line from Laura Unsworth to Sam Quek, so really Laura Unsworth only had the option to run forwards, and as she did that, 3 Japanese forwards closed in on her and she didn't have the option of a simple pass. And again, I think England are going to have to value possession when they've got it.
Unsworth puts something into that, and it comes off Townsend's feet. Taken quickly, skipper for Japan, popping in, is that off the foot of McCallan? It is. Coming together with Kato and Ansley there. The circle, long corner. Taken by Nagai. Across it comes. And last off Holly Webb. No, last off Nakashima. Free hit to England, just inside their own half. Taken by Shona McCallan, out to that right-hand flank where Sam Quek is. Quek, back to Webb, to Unsworth, Ansley to her left. Unsworth up into the midfield where McCallan takes possession. Ansley feeds it in to Owsley, back to Unsworth. It's better from England. Look after the ball, pull Japan around, and then look for the opening. Well, Bray's one possession back. Bray on the reverse stick into the top of the circle. Gilbert can't bring a difficult ball under control. Japan attack. Sakai, deflection off Owsley, deflection off Unsworth, and although it hit her foot, there was no one in close proximity, so play on was called. Ansley throws the area, looking for Watton. Watton has it. She's got Townsend in front of her, and Queck behind it. Sam Queck doesn't want to be doing any too abrupt changes of directions with her back. There's Gilbert. Lovely work from Gilbert. And well, England didn't get the call there from the umpire, and Japan might have an opportunity here. That's a really good tackle from Laura Unsworth, and I think if Japan had scored there, England might have been rather angry.
I think they had a case in point. The ball, I don't think it was deliberate, but it did roll definitely onto the Japanese back of the stick. Pretty difficult for the umpire to see, but that's brilliant defending by Laura Unsworth from Nakagawa. She's very good at getting herself in the right place at the right time, just to sweep up any dangerous balls that are coming into the circle.
Sakai. Eventually she's dispossessed by Haycroft. Haycroft and McLeod hunting in a pair. Otsuka. Kanafuji. Nagai. Shibata. Tackle comes in from Georgie Twigg. Sakai, it's deflected into the circle, and Holly Webb does well under pressure from two Japan players. Nomura one, and Otsuka the other.
It was a lovely one-time ball in. I think it was probably Nakagawa that played it in. Holly Webb stood firm at the back.
Hannah McLeod can't get a stick on that one. Ball's in midfield. Up over the halfway line go Japan. And, have the free hit now. Hold on, someone's getting a card. It's Kanafuji. Picked up a green card. We think is a swinging stick.
But she knocked the ball away once the whistle had gone.
Twig. It's a free hit of Ichitani. Owsley will take. Good tackle by Sakai. Sakai with the free hit. Sakai. Oh, she hasn't got hold of that, and McLeod wasn't running, sort of running on a perpendicular line to that ball. If she'd run, or parallel line, sorry. If she'd run perpendicularly, she might have cut it out. Twig to Webb. Ansley cracks it in. That's a great looking ball in towards Lily Owsley. She really got hold of that, Giselle Ansley.
It's a great ball into the circle from out wide. Slight lift on it, and saw Owsley do something very similar against Argentina the other day.
much tell how quickly they've hit the ball if the cameraman's struggling to keep up. Inside the final 5 minutes of quarter 3, England 2, Japan 0. England's goals coming in the first half, and apart from the first couple of minutes where Japan threatened, and McLeod has got that one in the leg, is it? And England have the ball. A minute there, I think thought they were going to have a bully.
The arm. It's brave running. Sakai does like to throw the aerial ball.
There's Webb, pushing the back, surely on Shona McCallum. I'm not sure how the officials have missed that. In fact, it was Joe Lee who's gone to ground. And Giselle Ansley's now picked up a card. Wow, that's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary, but Ansley perhaps a little frustrated. Chance here! That's a good goal. Really good goal on the back post. And it's Shibata who has brought them back into proceedings. And England, I think, will feel they should have had a free hit a little earlier on.
Definitely. It doesn't matter whether they should have or shouldn't have done. They didn't react to it, and it's a long ball in by Sakai. Deflection, which takes the ball. Wrong foot's Maddie Hinch, but that's a brilliant finish. No doubt about that by Shibata. Danny Kerry said at half-time, we've got to watch out for Japan playing long ball into the circle, and it's Kato that gets a slight deflection. And how many split grip finishes have we seen?
Really good goal, that one. And it's now England 2, Japan 1. And England, who have been on the, or in control, not necessarily in the front foot, now have some defending to do. Japan with their tails up, we thought, or Mel Clulo thought that the third quarter would be the most attacking for Japan, and she's been proved right so far. And Zoe Shipley almost helps Japan on the way to an equaliser. Chance here. Kwek is there, and Kwek has to get it away. And, wow. England perhaps a little fortunate to get away with that one. Ansley has the green card, so that's one green card apiece in this one. That's where Shipley almost.
She probably did well actually to take the ball away.
Yeah, she does in fact. So good work from Zoe Shipley. Ball into the circle. It's dangerous here for England. They get the shot away, Japan. Yuri Nagai with it, but doesn't really get hold of it. And Ansley's back onto the park. So England are back up to 11 players. Shipley gets hold of that one okay. Lee. Shipley tries to go in field to McCallum. And it's a free hit to Japan, which Nagai will take. Inside the final 90 seconds of the third quarter. And Nagai down that line. It's Webb who's got it now. Quack goes down. Free hit to Japan. And they've run it out over the back line. It's all hands to pump at the moment, Mel Clulo, for England.
It is, and it's amazing what a Japanese goal can do for both teams, really. England were in control, nice and composed at the back, keeping the ball. Japan up in the intensity and the momentum, scored an absolutely fantastic goal. And
Lee cracking it in.
I think England need the heads of Laura Unsworth and Holly Webb and Sam Quek in this situation, just to calm the troops down. Georgie Twigg, when she's on, sitting in the middle of the field.
Well, the quarter time hooter might come to England's rescue here, because it will certainly take the momentum out of Japan, because they'll have to start again in the fourth quarter. And Unsworth will see out the clock on that far side. And there is the three-quarter time hooter, and Japan have got themselves back into this one with a goal in the third quarter. With 15 left, it's England 2, Japan 1. So, Japan back into this one, Mel Clulo.
They are, and as we thought they would do in the third quarter, they've upped their intensity. The first minute of the game, they caused some problems, and I think England will be disappointed. Asano's not been tested in that quarter at all, and I think Japan definitely deserve to score and get something out of that quarter, and I think it sets us up nicely for the fourth quarter. And
well, you can see Yuji Nagai trying to encourage his team. Very calm and collected in his quarter-time talks. Can they find a way back into this one? Remember, they've only ever won 2 Champions Trophy matches before today. It would be a major feather in their cap if they could get the better of England in this one. So both coaches have the last chance to speak to their charges, and there's not much time left. Japan will get this fourth quarter underway. In fact, there's 24 seconds before this one gets back underway. England have got to be careful here. They could get caught on the hop. They are just about going to get off the pitch in time here, England. And they do just about get off the pitch in time. And Japan, well, that's the usual start for them, to push the ball back and smack it up the park. Lovely skill from Owsley. And Sakai makes the tackle. Sakai back to Hayashi. Shibata, the goal scorer. Nomura down the line. Quack does well. Back to roll it out perhaps to Unsworth. It's fallen to Gilbert off the Japan tackle. Might have too much on it for Hazuki Nagai, indeed it does. Hansley. Webb, Queck. Back out by Twig to Quack, to Webb. Japan pressing a little more now, and Watton can't bring it under control. And once again, the umpires bring the ball back. Japan perhaps with a little bit more spring in their step than England right now.
Yeah, we said at the start, before the game even kicked off, that Japan would be happy to run all day, and they're certainly proving that almost in the first half they were in second gear, and now we're seeing them in fourth, possibly even fifth gear.
Owsley gets back to intercept the pass that was meant for Nakagawa. It's worth pointing out, if we're level after 4 quarters of play, we are into shootout territory. 8 seconds, player against keeper. Here goes Gilbert. There's no support for Gilbert at all. And the 3 England forwards are in the 25. There's no player in red in the middle quarter on the Japan side of the halfway line. There is now, but there wasn't when England had the ball in their own half.
They've certainly been looking in the game to have the 2 wider forwards higher up the pitch and the centre forward posting back into that third quarter. Ellie Watton nearly got on the end of one a little while ago from Holly Webb.
Owsley got the better. Sakaguchi infield to Haycroft, and she scores. Well, she had a brilliant run in the first half and set up Sophie Bray, who applauds, and now she gets her own award.
Really patient build up by England. Kept the ball really, really well. Lily Owsley, one-on-one with her player, spins off, gives a simple pass to Sarah Haycroft. And that's an absolutely brilliant finish. 2 England players on the post in Ellie Watton and Hannah McLeod, but Sarah Haycroft didn't need them.
Yep, that angle shows there was no touch, and Sarah Haycroft gets her first of the tournament. It's England 3, Japan 1. And a perfectly timed goal from an England perspective, because they were under the cosh a little bit as Japan could be given a lift by their goal in the third quarter. Here comes Japan through Shibata. Shibata on the reverse stick side. Kwek gets across to make a really good tackle. And the first match that we've had a goal in every quarter.
Good. Back up.
Even the 9-goal thriller that Argentina, or the 7-2 drubbing that Argentina gave out to China, had no goals in quarter 3. Reverse stick ball up, little deflection from Lee. And he's got to be careful here because he almost gave away the free hit. Owsley, sorry, trying to find Ansley. Ansley back to Webb. Kwek. And Lee can't bring it under control. And we are into the final 10 minutes then of this match. England 3, Japan 1, and Danny Kerry will be happy that third goal went in.
That's a good tackle, Giselle.
Craig Keenan trying to
Keep working your feet.
telling the umpires it's a good tackle. Manabe. Townsend getting physical on Shibata, and Unsworth knocks the ball off the Japan number 11. Owsley in the centre of the park, good pick up from Lily Owsley, good tackle back from Shibata, who tries to find Kato, off Kato's stick, and England have the free hit.
Good job, good.
Ansley, lovely ball to Kwek. If she can bring it under control, she can. Kwek, inside Otter, wins the free hit. It's Kwek. It's a Japan free hit. Ball forward. It's an England out, 16. To McCallum. McCallum trying to feed Unsworth, but Unsworth and McCallum not on the same wavelength, and England need to keep Japan at bay here. If Japan can find a goal in the next couple of minutes, it'll make a very interesting final five. One's too high from Manabi.
England will certainly know that Japan, doesn't matter what the score is, they will keep running, they will keep running their patterns and playing the only way that they know how to play. So when they're in possession, as they've just done there, Susie Gilbert turning out and giving a really simple ball. Keep possession, make Japan run.
Reverse cross in from Ansley. Goes out for a 16. They've got to be quick here, England. And McCallum guilty of, well, she gets the free hit, but almost guilty of giving the ball away. We're about to Kwek. Kwek to Gilbert, who wins the free hit.
Japan trying to plead innocence with McCallum, but she got 2 or 3 players around her. Wasn't a clean take by the Japanese.
McLeod. That's a nice ball out to Kwek. Kwek has an opportunity to drive to the circle edge. There's somebody there at the T spots. And that's better from England.
Yeah, great play by Hannah McLeod in the middle of the field. Didn't look like she had a lot of options on. Saw Sam Kwek out wide. Great pass down to the T spot with Susie Gilbert. Nice 1-2, just couldn't finish off the move.
It's the first time we've really seen England achieve that.
Just wonder whether the ribs played a part in that. Normally Sam Kwek would be looking to put the ball across.
She's definitely moving more gingerly, isn't she?
And to put that in, she's got to open up that right-hand side, and that's the side that she's struggling with at the moment.
Unsworth. The idea was right, but there's no width on this left side for England. Inside the final 5, England 3, Japan 1. The goal scorers for England: Holly Webb, Sophie Bray, and Sarah Haycroft. The goal scorer for Japan, Kani Shibata. What a fine finish it was too. Can Yuji Nagai's team find a second goal here? Townsend first to it. McLeod's touch on the top of the circle, almost a little heavy. Now she takes it away to the right-hand side. A little bit more out of harm's way than on the top of the circle. And she's lost possession. She's got to play on here. And Kwek has the ball as she tackles Ichitani. So 3:30 remaining in the first match on day 5 of competition here in Mendoza, Argentina. And England, it's a nice touch from Owsley on leading Japan by 3-1. Owsley gets the ball back under control, tries to go up and past Hayashi. But Hayashi does well. First time England has scored more than 1 goal in a game here in Mendoza. Unsworth just picked up a stick in the right thigh.
It's a lovely piece of skill by Lily Owsley from Giselle Ansley's aerial ball just before that. Couldn't quite get the outcome from it.
But much better from England today. And if they can hang on for the next 2 3/4 minutes, they will play the winner of the Germany-China game, sorry. Remember, they've already played out a 1-1 draw against Germany in the pool match. They've got 2.5 minutes still to go as Yuri Nagai wins the free hit, taken quickly by the skipper. Up off the stick of Ansley, another free hit to Japan. Trying to find the foot of Unsworth, which Nakagawa does. Nakagawa, lovely little reverse stick ball, but England have the free hit as we enter the final 2 minutes of regulation time here in this 5th-8th place playoff match. England, who finished bottom of Pool B. Japan finished 3rd in Pool A. And here is Twig. And McCallan's missed out in the middle of the park to Nomura. And there's a card coming here. It doesn't really matter what colour, it's yellow. But McCallan, even if she got a green, would have missed the rest of the match. Japan into the circle, fired across off the stick of Ansley. So England short-handed for the end of this match. Remember, if Japan score, there'll be a 40-second pause, so the clock will be stopped if they score. So the time won't run out as England bring it back. It's a long corner. And England aren't going to push that ball off. Japan finally get there. Reverse ball in. Ansley does enough, and I think England have now done enough. They're going to win their first game in Mendoza at the 2014 Champions Trophy. This incident led to the yellow card. Final 30 seconds, just throw it long. Shibata, the goal scorer, finds Yuri Nagai, tries to come inside the England defence, still going Nagai. Webb's won the free hit. And she will leave it. And England are going to see down the clock. Ansley throws it long. There is the final hooter, and England have their first victory in Mendoza. They have beaten Japan in this 5th-8th playoff game by 3-1 and face the winner of Germany against China. Relief for Danny Kerry and his team. And they have a little left going into the final day tomorrow. The first match on day 5 of competition has finished, and England are victorious. They've beaten Japan by 3-1. And Mel, better result for England, and they can go into Sunday with a more confident spring in their step. Final score, England 3, Japan 1. Let's have a look at the highlights then. The first goal for England off the Japan goalkeeper Asano. That's the second goal. Nice finish from Sophie Bray, but really good run from Haycroft.
Yeah, she ran 45, 50 yards to create that opportunity for Sophie Bray, and then this is the crash ball in by Sakai, and it's deflected by Kato, and it's a bobbling finish, but it's a brilliant finish by Shibata, there's no doubt about that. And I think England will be disappointed to concede a goal like that, knowing that this was probably Japan's biggest threat, was crashing the ball in. And then Lily Owsley with a lovely pass to Sarah Haycroft, who pretty much runs into the Japanese circle unopposed. All the defenders back off with their players. We've got two players in, Hannah McLeod and Ellie Watton, there in case of a rebound or the shot possibly just going wide of the target. But I think Sarah Haycroft deserved her goal today.
Yeah, she played really well, and the traditional end of a match from Japan, the little bow, and England respond with a round of applause. So this is the match in black and white. 6 penetrations for England, look at that, 12 for Japan, but just 2 shots, 4 for England, 3 goals, 1 from 1 on penalty corners. In black and white, it's a much better game for England, and just the 1 yellow and 1 green card, perhaps a little downer on that, although that yellow didn't actually affect it too much because it came 90 seconds from time. Right, let's get the thoughts of Sam Quek, the England captain, who's with Sarah Thomas now.
Sam, your first win of the tournament, that must give you confidence moving into your next and final game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been, focusing on the same things every game. So it was just nice, that we actually got the result today. And I think we need to just, again, keep doing the right things. And like we say, like today, the results came.
And what were you most pleased about in today's performance?
I think for us, it was mainly we kept concentration. I mean, we let the goal in there, and again, that was because we got a player sent off. We lost a bit of concentration, but really proud about how we reacted to that, and put the nail in the coffin with the last goal.
Brilliant. Good luck for your next game. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to hear from Sam Quek, and yeah, lots of positives from an England perspective.
Yeah, there were. I think only really the third quarter is there any slight concerns from an England perspective, but I think that Sophie Bray scored another goal, which is a great goal. Sarah Haycroft's probably had her best game of the tournament. I think Laura Unsworth at the back has marshalled the defence very, very well. Susanna Townsend had a good first half and sort of disappeared in the second half a little bit. So I think the most important thing was definitely to get that win today. You're not playing for the wooden spoon tomorrow, and it's amazing what a win can do for a team. Well,
it'll be the England against Germany or China in the battle for 5th and 6th. Japan, well, they'll be playing for 7th and 8th, 5th in Rosario 2 years ago. They're not going to match that finish in Mendoza, but they'll be watching to see who they play in the first match tomorrow. So 1 down, 3 to go on day 5 of competition. England, though, have got their first victory. They've beaten Japan by 3 goals to 1.